How to set up the fireball explosion.
Guys, in this lecture we will make the fireball destroy whenever it's in contact with the player and an explosion must occur. So guys, here is the result for the beginning. Guys, to do so it's extremely easy. You have to go inside the ball script and create a destroy fireball method and call inside the destroy method on typing this line of code, and then guys create an untrigger enter to the method with other as parameter, and if the tag of the parameter is the player, I mean if the player collide with our fireball, we have to call this destroy fireball method. So guys, let's save that. So guys, just be sure that the circle collide to the of the fireball has got its trigger checked. And then guys, if we play the game normally, we must find the result that we have seen just at the beginning of this video. Boom. Okay, great guys. Now let's create the explosion. Guys, to create the explosion, you have to go inside the Toon Explosion v1 folder and select prefab and take this file. As you see, it's too big guys, so you have to set it with the scale tools. Yeah, try to put it just like the same size of the, more or less the same size of the fireball. And guys, take this object and put it inside your prefab folder. This is the first step. So guys, please erase this game object from the scene, and guys, return to Visual Studio. Here is the second goal, is to create the explosion whenever the ball touches the player. So guys, to do so, we will create two variables for the explosion. They've got the same type, I mean game object type. The first one, guys, is a kind of model, a kind of mold. I call it explosion template. Actually, this explosion template, guys, is just this explosion game object that we have created a few seconds ago. And then, guys, we will have to create the clone of this template each time that the ball touched the player. So, guys, to do so, you must know that the template, which is the reference, must be seen from the interface of Unity, I mean the inspector. So this is why I've declared it as a public. Then guys, we must create a method called explosion, and this method will use a predefined Unity method which is instantiate. Instantiate, guys, means create. So we want to create explosion, a clone of the explosion, each time we collide with the player. So guys, we want to create what? We want to create the explosion from a template, I mean a mold. This is why I refer that here, where the player is touched, I mean where the ball is in contact with the player. This is the second reference, and we must not change the rotation of our explosion. This is why you have to write quaternion.identity. No, it means no rotation. So guys, please call the explosion method from the onTrigger enter to the method, and inside the if statement that we have already created for the destroy method. So guys, here is the explosion method. So now let's save the script and return to Unity, and let's try to run the game. Let's see if everything works as expected. So guys, whenever it will be ready, it will be great. Okay, you can see guys, the explosion occurs, but there is a kind of mistake because there is a repetition of the explosion. We must avoid that. So guys, to do so, let's return to our script, and guys, we have to destroy the clone explosion variable. So to do so, we have to destroy the explosion on typing or using the destroy method that we have already seen. So we want to destroy the clone explosion, and we have to give a certain amount of delay, because as you have seen already that we can have some problem of synchronization. So guys, now let's see what's happened. I've put the delay of 0.2 second. So if I save the script and return to Unity, let's see this time what will happen. I hope it will be better. Yeah guys, if the delay is not enough, we have to manage it on changing the value. So now guys, okay, it works great. Guys, to do as usual, I've decided to create a destroy explosion method and to copy those two lines of code inside, so we don't need those two lines anymore. And then guys, I've decided sorry guys, to call it just below the explosion method, this new method.
Guys, create an explosion game object with animation, and second, call it appearance with the instantiate method.